top up with great skill from him to wing the Mo Salah! Raheem Sterling! What a finish! What pure class from the Englishman!
Premier Talk, the English Premier League podcast for the fans.
Hello and welcome back to the Premier Talk podcast, season 4, episode 2. We're going to title this one CR700, and for good reason. I'm one of your two hosts, as always, Andrew Mello, and alongside with me is the boy, Danny B, Danny Barbudo. How's it going, brother?
Andrew, I am doing fantastic. Coming off of 2 back-to-back Thanksgiving dinners. Can't be much better than that. For those of you who live in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. It's the day after Thanksgiving, but still, happy Thanksgiving. For those of you that live in the States and other parts of the world, your Thanksgiving isn't for another couple months. So, happy Thanksgiving to those living in Canada. And Cristiano Ronaldo hits 700. One of the greatest goal scorers of all time. 700 club goals is an unreal feat for a man even of his stats.
Daniel, we're going to get right into the starting lineup here. We're going to start it off with the hottest storylines in the Prem.
Hottest storylines, of course. We've got to start us off with the main man, Cristiano Ronaldo. He hits 700 club goals as Manchester United defeat Everton 2-1. His 700th goal wasn't the prettiest of his 700. We'll admit that. But then again, he gets 700 done. His assists come from Casemiro, the old Real Madrid duo, back at it again. Casemiro's first assist for the club, and Ronaldo's first goal this year for the club in the Premier League.
Daniel,
He hasn't been great.
It was a big one. It was a big one, though.
It was.
You saw how much it really meant to him because he didn't do his classic Sui celebration. It was just like, I finally got that goal. Yeah, I finally got that goal. It meant something to him because right now his confidence is at an all-time low, something that he's never had a problem with. He's one of the most confident players I've ever seen on the pitch. Just really, stuck on his good mentality, I guess you could say, throughout his career. And this is the first time I've ever seen Ronaldo in a place where he's not the most confident guy in the pitch. He's not the most dominant guy in the pitch, and that's having an effect on him mentally for sure. Obviously, there's stuff going outside the pitch as well with his family. He lost a kid not too long ago, so that could definitely have an effect on him as well. So I think it's been a tough couple of months for him, but you really saw how much this goal meant to him, and I think this is an important moment for him right now, just so he could get back on track. And just in time for the World Cup. He needs his confidence for the World Cup because it's a very important one, as it may be his last. So it's a big one for Ronaldo.
Look, realistically, Portugal has the talent to go very deep in this tournament. I think that their squad this year is 10 times more talented than the squad that they won the Euros with.
100%.
Because I think that, I know you're going to completely disagree with me on this one, but I think that squad that won the Euros was shocking.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, I agree with you.
Like no reason should they have been sitting in that position at all.
No. But they won, so that's all that matters.
Exactly. So really, what are you gonna say about it? But Ronaldo, if he gets his confidence going, I know there's been rumors and like he wants to go back to Sporting, or if he's gonna go fall back to a different club. Like, I don't know. He's at such a late stage in his career that you can see him slowing down, and it's sad. But I don't know who really, like, where would you want to retire for him? Are you falling back to Madrid? Are you going back to the early days back at Sporting? He came to United because it was a club that he loved when he was younger. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, will he continue his journey, or will it stop in the January transfer window, if not at the end of the year?
I would see him going to Sporting. I would see that something realistic. Something where you can have a lot of success in that league. The quality is not nearly as good as the Premier League. People forget how good the Premier League is, and that's maybe why he's struggling at this age. Especially the physical aspect of things are not ideal for him right now. But yeah, I see Sporting Lisbon as a definite solution for his problems right now. They are playing Champions League football too. If they're able to make it to the next round, the next phase, which is possible in their group, they're currently sitting first. So it's something that's a good scenario. Going back home, his mother always wanted him there. It's back in Portugal where he's from. So it looks like a great idea, but I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Only he knows where he wants to end up. So it'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what January's gonna look like, and once that window closes, if he's still a Man United player. So
that was probably the hottest storyline of the entire week. Not that it was just that Ronaldo hitting 700 goals is so big. He's the first player ever to do
and
it.
United got a much needed win, and Anthony scored a nice goal too.
It was, yeah.
Iwobi scored a screamer in that game too,
Iwobi's
outside
goal
the
was
box.
nasty.
Yeah, it was a nice goal. But United rallied back, and they were able to get some much needed points away at Everton. So
moving on, we got Erling Haaland. This guy's
a robot, bro. He's a
He's
machine.
a freak. Okay,
He's a machine.
The only way to describe him. He's a machine. He is. He already has 20 goals in all competitions for Manchester City, and he bagged another one this weekend as City destroyed Southampton 4-0. He already sits top goal scorer in the Premier League with 15 goals. Second, you want to know how nuts this is? You want to know what's not being talked about? Harry Kane has 8 goals in 8 games.
It's pretty good too.
And nobody cares. Because Haaland has almost double his goals.
Yeah.
Which is just nuts. Haaland scoring 20 goals in all competitions for City is crazy. He's already on track to score 60 in the Prem across all competitions. Probably he's on track to score like 80.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but
which no chance.
No
but
chance.
If anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be him.
Yeah. No, this guy's crazy, man. He's crazy. People talk about
wild.
Mbappe being the next guy, but I'm sorry, with his attitude and the way things are going, more breaking news out of Paris today that he wants to leave again in January, even though he just signed a new contract. I think Haaland is the next guy up in line behind Ronaldo and Messi. Just I don't know if he'll ever reach their level because that's just insane, but I think he'll be the next like superstar in football where he's attracting viewers and breaking records, that sort of thing. So this guy's honestly one of the best goal scorers. It's so clinical in front of goal. He's got flashes of Ibrahimovic in him where he could score acrobatic goals. And then he's got the timeliness of other strikers that we've seen in the past. The ability to find space. Like this guy's such a smart player. People just talk about his physical ability and his physical prowess, but this guy is such a smart player. I've seen goal breakdowns where the way he sets him up for rebounds and stuff, like he just knows where the space is. Very, very clever player, and he knows, and he's predicting play, which is what you want from your striker. And I've seen some goals. Most of his goals this season have been because he's in the right area at the right time, and that's just a big and just as big important part of being a striker, a successful striker, as striking the ball and that sort of thing. So,
and people were calling him a poacher at the beginning of the year because he was scoring tap-ins, which if you look at the way City plays,
a goal's a goal.
There's that, and if you look at the way City plays, City only scores tap-ins.
Yeah,
they play such fundamental passing football that everything is 1-2s in the box and everything is wide open tap-ins, back post.
What's the percentage of goals scored outside the box? I think it's like less than 20%. I think it's like 90% of goals are come in the 18-yard box or something.
I'm not sure what the stat is, but I know that Haaland, I think he has 1, maybe 2 goals outside the box.
Yeah.
And I think like 16 of his 20 goals have come inside the penalty spot. So like, listen, Luis Suarez, I consider to be one of the greatest strikers of our generation. He made millions of dollars being in the right place at the right time. Of course, he scored those spectacular goals, the ones that you'll only see a few of in your lifetime, but he scored hundreds of goals inside the penalty spot.
Daniel, speaking of millions of dollars, how much is this guy making a week with bonuses? I read something online that he's making $900K a week.
$900K a week. Yeah, I saw that too,
bro.
Because he's already hit all of his bonuses. His bonuses were like goals and like I know his biggest bonus was goals. And I think his goal tally was like 20, and he already hit 20. So
that's insane. $900K a week, bro. That's like almost a
million. City has all the weapons and everything to win the Champions League. And if this is one of those years where it's like, if they don't do it, if they don't go to the finals, realistically, going to the finals for them and losing is still a huge defeat.
it's a huge
So
help for them. Yeah,
upsetting.
Yeah.
Because this team looks incredible.
so much depth in all positions is actually insane.
It makes no sense.
Daniel, let's move on to the next topic here. Let's talk about Newcastle for a bit.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Hey, good pronunciation.
There we go. See, I'm getting it. Bruno Guimaraes. He's been nuts for Newcastle. Nuts. He had 2 goals in their win against Brentford, although Brentford fumbled the bag here like big time. Well, they didn't technically based on scoreline because they scored at first, but then it was moved back for offside, which was garbage. And then Leicester scored 2 goals. Guimaraes scored a gross header from like 15 yards out. And then Brentford came back. Ivan Toney, he's a beast, but he hasn't been what everyone thought he was going to be this year. I know, I believe
He had a
like
really
3 or
good
4
year
goals.
last year. He had a really good year last year. That's why, yeah.
So
The expectations were high for him.
he has 3 or 4 goals here.
I still like him. I think he's a good.
I still like him too.
I think he's a good player. I think many PL teams would like to have him on their side. He's got a good
I
ability to
agree with
score
that.
goals, and he's a very tenacious player. I like him.
But Bruno, wow, I can't even speak now. Bruno
Bruno.
Guimaraes, he's been good. He's been really good. He's been actually a great signing for Newcastle, considering I'm not even sure how much they spent on him. I know it wasn't a ridiculous Newcastle sum. There
It was
wasn't
like
they didn't
40
have
or
the
something.
they didn't have that Newcastle tax on them yet, did they?
Yeah.
When they bought him,
No, they did. They did.
they did already.
But I knew they were getting a quality player. I watched them play for Lyon many times. And I heard about him first when he transferred from Brazil when he made his move to Europe. And I knew he's a quality player then. And he's really just been slowly taking steps up. And I think he could play on a bigger side than Newcastle, but obviously money talks. And he got a nice contract there, but he's a very smart player. Plays in front of the defenders, acts like a 6 or an 8. But he's got an ability to strike the ball and score goals too, which is kind of nice.
That second long shot that he scored.
Yeah, not what you bought him for, but he's not known as a goal scorer, but he's known as controlling the midfield, and he's been doing a pretty decent job. Paired with the other signs they brought in, they've been doing okay. They haven't been a side that's fighting for relegation. They're more of a mid-table side now, which is better for them. If they want to continue making steps, they got to bring in some more guys. But so far, so good for Newcastle. Yeah,
Totally agree. Moving on to the 4th storyline, we got Leicester City losing 2-1 to Bournemouth.
Like I'm in Leicester skipping my lectures.
Stop it.
Poor Leicester, man. Poor Leicester.
Poor Leicester. My question to you is: Brendan Rodgers time up at Leicester City?
That's a great question, Daniel. It's so tough to judge the manager. People always want to blame the manager, the manager's fault. But Dan, you got to look at the departures and who they brought in this year. They didn't really.
They brought in nobody.
They brought in Fate, the center half. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correct, the Belgian center half. But they brought him in for the AKA Regen, David Luiz Regen. Yeah. So they brought him in, but they got rid of their best defender and one of their best players in Fofana. They lose their captain or one of their captains and an all-time player at the club in Schmeichel, and you put in Ward, who's cost them some goals this year. I'll say because he's been poor. They really haven't brought in anyone. Vardy seems out of form right now.
The only person on the team that looks nuts still is Madison.
Yeah, Matters. Yeah. That's it. It's like having a Lamborghini in a deteriorating house, in a junkyard. I see the guy leaving, man. I see him leaving and going to another club. I see him going to a Tottenham, an Arsenal, something like that, where he'll have success.
City coming in and signing him, but
nah, I don't know.
City's one of those teams that don't need him. Swoop in and just take that.
But Daniel, I see him getting fired, yes, but is it his fault entirely? No, it's not, because they haven't really added anyone. Looking at the players on the field, they're getting beat in 1v1 situations. Brendan Rodgers not out there playing, man. He just puts in the squad, and he's trying to use what he has. He's missing Ricard Pereira as well, a big player, due to injury. So I was looking at the goals this week against Bournemouth. They scored first. Daka scored a nice goal on the turn, very lovely goal. And then Fate got beaten in a 1v1 situation pretty bad against Solanke. and then Ward could have saved the shot. He kind of pushed it into his net. Couldn't
Yeah.
really, yeah, he couldn't
Yeah.
really get it. So it's getting beat in 1v1 situations. You hate to see it. And they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. Like it's not all down to the coach, it's down to the players, you know. So I don't know, Daniel. I think he deserves more time. I think he's had a very successful job with them. He's done a very successful job with them in the last couple of years. They've been very good. It just seems that this year is not their year. They had a poor start, and it's really like a cloud, like a dark cloud just hanging over them with rain and thunder, you know, so to speak. And they can't just get out of it. So hopefully I give him some more time because I think he deserves it. And then see January time, make an assessment in January. I think he deserves more time, Daniel.
I'm gonna agree with you on the fact that he deserves more time, but I'm gonna disagree with you saying that. I don't know. The thing in all professional sports is when your team's not playing well and when you're in such a poor run of form, when it's time to change something up, the first thing you do is look at the manager. I cannot say I'm a fan of the way that this works in sports, but it's the way she goes. They're in such a poor run of form, something needs to change. And the first thing you're going to look at is Brendan Rodgers because he's been the manager. He's been the manager there for so long. They've seen success. They know what success feels like. I think his time's up. I think it's time for him to go, just so that something changes in that locker room. Because it's not that he's doing poorly; it's that the team's doing poorly. But everything falls on the manager's shoulders. So for me, it's his time. It's time for him to go. Time for him to look for a job.
Daniel, let's get into the next segment. It involves A, Arsenal, and B, Liverpool. So we're going to talk about Liverpool's downfall. We're going to talk about the game a little bit here. That just happened, 3-2 win for Arsenal. Arsenal seem to be rolling top of the table. The fans, the reaction online for fans is insane. The Arsenal fans I see on my timeline, they're going crazy.
So wild, man.
The only thing I'd say to the Arsenal fans is this. We're 10 games in. Let's chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
I know it feels good to be winning. I know it feels good to be in a place you haven't been in many, many years. But Daniel, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So that's my one advice to the Arsenal fans.
Yeah, I completely agree. Look, they look like real contenders right now because they played They played so well against Liverpool.
They did, yeah.
Like Liverpool didn't. It looked like Arsenal wasn't playing Liverpool. You know what I mean by that? It looked like Arsenal was playing just like a regular side. That's not a top 6 side in the Premier League. That's not a side that could potentially challenge for the Premier League. But obviously, I don't think they're going to this year, just because of how poor they've been. But the youngsters are shining bright currently at the Emirates. Saka, Martinelli, and I'm going to even throw Gabriel Jesus in this. They've both been unreal. I think Gabriel, I don't even know. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name.
Martinelli?
No, the center back. I can't.
Magalhães?
Yeah, that.
Magalhães, yeah.
I would say it. I don't even know how I would say that. He's been pretty decent. Ben White's been pretty decent. It's like everybody's putting in a shift. Xhaka has been pretty good this year, which I don't think anybody expected him to be that good. Look, you got a squad that's coming together. Odegaard's been good, and they're winning important games. Now, look, their one loss has come to United, which being a United fan, I'm buzzing. But at the same time, if you look at the clubs, the clubs they played, the 2 big clubs they've played have been United and Liverpool, which means they're 1-1 against big clubs. They still have to play. Actually, well, they beat Tottenham. They still got to play City, which will find out how that goes because I doubt it's going to go well in their favor just because of how.
That's a good measuring. That's a good measuring point right there because you're going to play.
Is that where we look at this? Is that where we?
I'd say so. I'd say Arsenal fans get lit if you guys beat City. Like actually get lit because that's a good measuring point. I'm serious because that's a team that tactically they're sound. Obviously, Arteta's taken a lot of things from his time with Pep, but just the quality of the players, the form of the players that they're currently in. That's a date that I'd circle on my calendar and be like, you know, I'm going to tune in because these are 2 teams that are really rolling right now. So, but for me, I really like the confidence that they're playing with. They're playing confident football right now, Daniel.
That's the thing.
And
Yep.
I'm gonna be most interested in the time when Arsenal's, they have a bad start to a game or they have some injuries or
Mhm.
there's some adversity at play there. I want to see how they're gonna react. That's when you see what they're really, really made of. And yeah, there's been many great things this year so far, but again, 10 games in,
Mhm.
let's take this as a good small sample size and then uh see what happens in the next 10 games. So 20 games already in. We'll see.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree.
Daniel, they were supposed to play on the 19th of October. It's been postponed, it says here. I don't know why it's postponed.
I think it could be something to do with Europa League or
Yeah, probably. It's on a Wednesday, that's right, yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, postponed.
Europa League.
Champions League Europa League fixtures. So we'll see when that's rescheduled. But looking ahead to that game for sure. Daniel, let's
We're
talk
gonna
about
look
the other
at
side. Yeah, let's talk about the other side of this.
the other side
Because,
of this
yeah,
story. Liverpool has been incredibly poor this year.
yeah,
And just to point out a few things as to why they've been so bad, this isn't in any order at all, but I think the one thing that's being talked about right now in the world of football is Trent's defending and how incredibly poor it's been this year. Like he's never been known for his defensive prowess, but he's always been a guy that tracks back and works. So when you get a guy like that playing fullback, if you know he's going to work, he's going to be running up and down that line. He's going to intercept passes and he's going to defend the ball when you need him to. This year, he has not done that at all. He's looked lost almost defending, where it's like, I don't know if it's confidence he's lacking, if he picked up a little bit of a knock, but he's been very poor defensively this year, and it's showing how open Liverpool can be when he's attacking and he's not tracking back. Because most of the goals that they're conceding this year are coming down the left-hand side, right?
yep,
And when
yep.
you're attacking a fullback that one isn't defending at all, or two so high up the field, you're gonna concede goals. Just how it works.
I knew Arteta was coming this week. Like this is the game plan. We're gonna attack that left side like crazy.
And
And it,
Martinelli went
and
wild.
it looked like they were actually doing it. Like you could see it. Like you could see they were trying to attack Trent. He's so flat defensively sometimes. His body positioning is like this is stuff that you learn when you're a kid in the game. Your body positioning. And he was just flat. He was flat a lot of the times, and there was no immediate pressure on the ball carrier for the first goal in the first minute. And Odegaard was able to play a ball through to Martinelli. Why? Because Trent's not unaware of the run coming in behind. He's flat, so the ball's able to get by him, and he can't shift to the ball to play the ball. And it's a silly, silly goal from a Liverpool perspective to concede right at the start of the game. And luckily, Liverpool was able to get in right away. Darwin gave them a nice lifeline there to get back in the game, and then they just went downhill again from there. Like it was just they were never really in control, and it seemed that Arsenal had the momentum and the pace in their attacks. For me personally, if I'm a coach every week going against Liverpool, I'm playing Liverpool. I'm going against Trent. I'm going down that left side, my left side there, right? Because I know that there's space to operate. I know that there could be errors had, and he was taken on the 46th minute. I think it was because it was injury, right, Daniel?
They labeled it as an injury, yeah.
But it's fortunate because I think it's fortunate for them in the sense defensively because he was just getting destroyed that game. He had no confidence on the field. And it's just I think he's a great fullback, great modern day fullback, but at the same time he lacks defensively, and I think it's a reason why he's not even in the England squad. Like people are saying he should be in the England squad, and I don't think that's right. So he's really in a bad run of form right now.
Somebody else I want to talk about that's also in a pretty poor run of form is Van Dijk.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like himself. He doesn't have that commanding big body energy that he always radiates when he's on the pitch. And he's not giving me that captaincy feeling that he always gives, if that makes sense. I don't know why though. It's like
I think it's just a team thing right now. They're in 8th place or 9th place in the
they
table.
sit in 10th, I think, right now.
Oh, even worse. So 10th. So say 10th, whatever. They're not where they're used to being in the top 5, Daniel. And I think it's a very tough scenario for them right now. It's a very tough realization. A lot of frustration in the locker room for sure, and just in their day-to-day activities at the facilities. But I think that does play a role, right? When you're not winning, no one's happy. No one likes to lose, especially at this level, the professional level. And it's showing on the field. It's showing that there's frustrations coming out. The little things, getting behind in a game, you see the frustration in the players. And that's what it looks like for Liverpool right now. And I think it's such a tough situation for Klopp because one, he's had some injury problems up front. Another player going out until after the World Cup is Luis Diaz. He's been struggling with injury. He didn't have Jota until this weekend. Jota looked like the best player on the pitch for Liverpool, in my opinion. Had an assist there too, but he's had some things that haven't played into his favor, and then form. It's hard to manage that and adjust. So. Similar situation to Leicester. It's not on the degree of Leicester where they have only won one game, but they're in a similar situation where the confidence is lacking, the results are lacking, and they're struggling with some players missing. And one player that's what I was going to say, Sadio Mane is a player that's not there anymore. People realize how important this guy is now because he really relieved a lot of the attacking pressure for Salah. And Salah's in a rut right now. It doesn't look like the same Salah that we're so used to seeing.
Yeah, he's in the worst form of his Liverpool career, and again, it's all just a downward spiral because of everything that's happening.
Yeah,
he's lacking confidence. He's not scoring goals. He's not being that player that Liverpool need him to be. And even going back to Klopp, I know some Liverpool fans that are beginning to lose trust in him because of the way that they're playing currently with Trent not being able to defend. They have, I don't know if they're looking for a formation change or just the way that they line up. Like maybe even looking at this from a different way, flipping to something like a 3-5-2, where you can play Salah and well, now actually realistically, this might make a lot more sense. You can play Salah and Nunez up top because Luis Diaz is injured, and you flip to a 3-5-2 where Trent and Robertson aren't pressured in coming back to defend because you would have Konate, Matip, and Van Dijk behind you. You know what I mean?
But then where does Jota and Luis Diaz line up in that formation? You would lose one of those guys onto the bench. One would play as a secondary or as a cam, an attacking midfielder type player, and then you'd have two holding midfielders. There. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good idea. I just think you're losing. I guess one of them sits anyways, right? Even in
one of them always sits, right? Realistically, and now Luis Diaz is going to be out until after the World Cup.
Yeah, it's a good possible option. I've never really seen Klopp run a three back though.
He's never moved away from the
4-2-3. It's a system he's always liked, right? And a system he's always had success with, right? He's won Champions League, he's won league titles with it. So it's interesting. It's very interesting right now. I think Liverpool will come out of this. I think they will. It's just a matter of when. Just a matter of when. I think they can. I think they can. I actually genuinely believe they can come out. They have too much talent on this team to sit in 10th and sit in 8th. They'll make top 5. They'll make it.
Hope so. We're gonna move on to our third and final segment.
Oh baby.
We're avid football fans, obviously, which means we play FIFA too much. FIFA 23 just came out about, I want to say 10 days ago.
Yeah, more or less.
Am I off with that? 10 days ago?
I think 2 weeks now. Maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Week and a half.
I don't know. 2 weeks for like the early access.
Yeah. Anyways.
We're going to look at our FIFA Ultimate teams. I'm going to pull it up here. Melo has a Portuguese national team forming.
I do.
Without Ronaldo because he cannot afford.
I cannot afford.
Sadly.
Cannot afford.
Who else can you not afford that's not Portuguese national team?
Pretty much everyone else other than Ronaldo, to be honest. That's it. It's a decent squad.
I'm bored.
It's a decent squad.
Okay. This is what we're gonna do first. You read out your squad, I'll read out my squad. And then we'll kind of discuss FIFA as a whole.
All right. So you wanna can I go?
Yeah, go nuts.
So in goal, I got the legendary Premier League goalkeeper that's also Portuguese. José Sá, 81 rated.
Okay, so I feel like I should, since you're just ripping the Portuguese national team, I should say their names in English. So most people.
José Sá.
José Sá, yes.
José Sá.
That's José Sá.
And then I have my lovely center back partnership, I have the sporting man, Gonzalo Ignacio, young and up and coming center half. And then beside him, I have the legendary club
Ruben Dias?
leader, Ruben Dias.
Ruben Dias. Do you Cancelo? No, you're too broke.
No, not yet, not yet. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him
You're
soon.
too broke,
soon,
too
soon.
broke.
That's
I
an
have
upgrade.
Cancelo.
That's an upgrade.
I have Cancelo.
And then I have on the right
Still plus.
Ricardo Pereira from Leicester. On the left, I have Nuno Mendes. And then in my two center midfielders are Mateus Nunes from Wolves, and then Renato Sanches from PSG. And then on the right, I have the speedster
Renato Sanchez?
Renato Sanches, yeah.
Renato Sanchez.
And then I have Rafa Silva on the right from Benfica, the speedster, 91 pace.
Yeah.
And then I have Rafael Leão,
Yeah, okay.
84 rated. This guy's a beast, bro, in game. I love him.
Supposedly he's a demon.
91 pace on either side of the flanks, man. That's good. That's pacey right there. And then up top, I have the duo of Gasol Guedes from Wolves. And then I have 85 rated. This guy's actually so good in game. Diogo Jota, so good, man. This guy's actually a very mobile player and good in front of goal. I have no complaints. 82 rated team, 4-4-2 formation, 33 out of 33 chemistry. It's only up from here, Daniel. It's only up from here. This is my starting squad.
The luck on me right now.
Daniel, what would you rate that? What would you rate that out of 5 stars? So the game says it's a 4.5-star team. What would you rate it?
Ooh, I wouldn't put it at 4.5. I put it at. My first gut feeling was a 3.5.
A 3.5. A 3.5.
I put it at a 4 though.
Bro, do you see Ronaldo Sanchez's stats? 83
Ronaldo
pace,
Sanchez
74 shooting,
demon.
77 passing, 84 dribbling, 72 defending, 84 physicality. Nothing below 70 on his card.
Yeah, but do you use
unreal.
lengthy players?
I do.
Sweaty.
Ruben Dias just lengthy, I think. That's why, bro, this guy in game is so good. 63 pace, but he runs like he's got 80. It's crazy. I love him.
Supposedly he's good.
I love
pick
him.
him up. He
I love him.
fit. I do have Joao Cancelo on my team. So.
I actually have Padilla on the bench too. He's pretty good. And Gabriel Jesus, solid players off the bench. So
good,
that's
good
my squadron. And I got 25k coins only up from here, Dino. I'm looking for Rafael Varane next.
Yeah.
I might disrupt the Portuguese thing I got going on for Rafa Varane. So.
All right. You know what? The squad wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Although it's just Portuguese national team, it wasn't bad. This is what we're looking at here. Okay.
Tell me it's an
I
Italian national team.
got a little 3-league hybrid going on. A little bit of Prem, a little bit of Bundesliga, a little bit of La Liga.
Okay.
So in goal, we have Gulashi.
Ooh, what is he? 85 rated?
85 rated. Yes, effectively. Half of these players, half this team, okay, his whole team is untradeable. Half the team came out of 100k pack. Gulashi was one of those players that have 100k pack. My two center backs, Araujo, who is demon in this game.
Yeah, he's actually nuts.
And Lacroix. Lacroix is just there because he has disgusting amount of pace in the center back. My fullbacks. We just finished talking about how bad he is defensively. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
How good is he in game though? He's all right.
Pretty bad, to be honest.
He's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, he's out of the 100k pack. I'm just means him. My left back, Joao Cancelo.
Yeah, I heard he's nice. I heard he's nice.
He's pretty nice. He's he's not the fastest. I kind of like.
What are the stats? What are the stats? What are the stats? Give me the stat right now.
We got 85 pace.
Okay.
73 shooting, 85 passing, 85 dribbling.
85 passing. 85 passing on a fullback. That's good.
85 passing, 85 dribbling on a fullback.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
81 defending and 73 physical.
I want to get him so bad. I think it's like 100k coins right now. Something like that.
For me, I wish I could throw him like mid because like a center midfielder or a CDM with those kind of stats is kind of gross, but he's not fast enough to play fullbacks with these players. These guys sweat all the time in these games.
You could put an adjustment on him there to make his pace go up.
Yeah, I could put like a anchor or shadow on him.
Yeah.
My two center mids, Pedri. Come on, you Barca.
What's his rating?
85, but he does not.
That is such a overrated.
No, stop it! Stop it! It's not.
He's not 85. He's not an 85 player. I'm sorry.
He's disgusting, though.
No, he's not.
He's gross.
I don't want to hear it.
People compare him to Vinny. That's the closest comparison. Vinny's 86 and he's 85.
No, he's not an 85.
I don't think Vinny should be 86.
He's an 82 player, but
stop 82.
Yeah, 82.
I'll allow 84. Who said that?
He's an 82 player.
Llorente.
Yeah.
My father.
Llorente?
Marcus Llorente is
you got nice pack
father,
luck, man. That's nice.
That was
He
out
played-
of so
He
Lorente
can play right back
Pedri-
too. He can play right back too, I think.
You can actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Lorente, Pedri, Joao Cancelo, Gulashi, all out of that 100K pack. That was one pack.
So you
Very
play
good pack.
you play Lorente at right back.
No, I don't play that. I
Oh.
could realistically, and then I can move Trent in, or I can move Cancelo in, because
Oh.
Cancelo can also play left back or right back. Lots of things I can do with this team. Right mid, we're lacking on the right mid. I got the Canales, the Real Batiste man. You know what? He plays right mid. He plays center mid. I'd put him center mid because he's nasty. Best pack pull of the year right here, left mid, Vinicius Jr. As people overuse that meme, man. You know what meme I'm talking about?
No.
What's my goat?
Oh my god, yeah.
Vinicius Jr. I love it. Anyways, that's my left mid. He was my best pack pull. He's untradeable, sadly, at 300K. And then my two strikers, again, just boring, pacey Bundesliga. I got Malin and Timo Werner. Sweaty, just to put.
No lengthy
I also
players.
haven't played. I also
No
haven't played
lengthy
in a
players.
week. No lengthy players. I'm on old gen. I'm too broke to have a PS5 or a PC or an Xbox.
Brutal.
Series.
Brutal.
So lengthy doesn't even matter to me.
Dan, what do you think about the gameplay? It's all right, no? It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, it's too slow.
It's not the worst FIFA I've ever played. It's not the best either.
No, 2 years ago was worse.
It's mid. It's mid. It's mid. Like the kids say, it's mid.
This gameplay wise, like when I actually go into a game, it's just so slow. It's like agonizingly slow.
Yeah.
As the kids say, yeah, it is mid. It's pretty
It is
mid.
mid. It's all right. I like I like how they did free kicks and set pieces this year though. I like it.
I do agree
Pens
with
are
that,
not
yeah.
bad. Pens are not bad. That's all right.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
With that.
And
Oh, yeah.
Daniel, groundbreaking. When you slide, the grass changes. Isn't that crazy? That's why I bought the game. Eh?
Holy-
That's why I bought the game.
I bought it for when the mesh moves in the
Oh, is that right?
floor. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And the corner kick when somebody tackles the corner kick or the corner flag, it's taken off. Let's do two reasons why.
Daniel,
I have one final
what's
thing
your
to
what's
say.
your go-to celebration? What's your go-to celebration? Mine's
Oh,
a
I love
gritty. Mine's a gritty.
eh?
Mine's a gritty.
you're-
Yeah.
Of course, you're a freak. You know what my go-to celebration is? Like every proper FIFA player should be. Oh, an R1.
Yeah, facts.
Let's get playing again.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Go to, of course, you gritty. Why does it not surprise me? He goes and you every single time.
We're gonna say. We're gonna say.
It's something completely off topic. It's more than the episode.
Yeah.
But I think we're closing in on that thing. Our FIFA Ultimate teams. We're garbage at FIFA Ultimate. But it is fun. I like packing players. I wish I just had unlimited coins just to open packs. I wish I was like Danny Aarons. Shout out Danny Aarons. Spent 1 million FIFA points on his account the first day it comes out.
I haven't spent any money, bro. I haven't spent any money.
I've not spent any money
spending
since FIFA 17. I'm so done with spending
That's
money.
why I'm proud of my team for what it is right now. I packed Militao in a marquee matchup. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I agree. All right. That is it for the FIFA 23 Ultimate Team segment. There's one final thing I wanted to say before we end this episode. It's gonna take a bit of a turn. Mwepu.
Yeah. Tough news, man.
Tough news.
Tough news. Yeah. It
Forced
sucks.
into retirement at the age of 24 because of hereditary heart condition. And it's just sad. You know what I mean? Like it is. He was a player
doing
that
so
looked
well.
like-
He was doing so well.
He was good, man. He was. And it's like he looked like a player that had such high hopes to go on and to become something special. And yeah, it's just kind of sad that his career was cut short.
Hopefully, Daniel, I know it's soon right now and it doesn't seem like a positive, but hopefully he could get back into the game somehow, whether it's coaching or something like that, or maybe even better, he's able to recover from this heart condition and maybe possibly play again. Who knows if it'll be at the level of the Premier League? Probably not. But hopefully he could get back into the game somehow. So
I agree.
unfortunate, but it's good that they caught it. Anyways, Daniel, that wraps it up for this episode, eh? That wraps it up. What a banger episode.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah, eh? What? Yeah, that about wraps it up for this episode, guys. Check us out on all the listening, streaming platforms. Check us out on our socials as well. And that about wraps it up for this episode.
We appreciate you guys as always.
Yeah.
Episode 2, CR700. 700 code rules for the main man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And see you later.
See you guys later. Take it easy.
Peace.